It's time for another greatness coaching session with Heidi M. And this week, tackling strategies for resolving conflicts. I don't know about you, Heidi, but I really don't like conflict. Hello, welcome back.
Thank you so much, Eon, and welcome to you as well to this conflict resolution. Yes, I don't know many people that actually do enjoy conflict, and that's why I wanted us to talk about this, because it could be a terrible experience to have conflict. Even minor conflicts can really turn your whole day upside down. And I wanted to give you and the listeners and remind myself of some strategies to resolve conflicts in the way with the least amount of friction. So the first thing, Eon, and we spoke about this last week as well with emotional intelligence, but this is active listening. You need to pay close attention to the other person's perspective. Let the other person speak. Don't interrupt them. Show that you understand their feelings and their concerns, even if you don't agree with it. Just show an understanding. Listen to it very carefully and take it all in, even if it is something that you are really opposed to. But this is going to help you to build your argument. That is our first ace up our sleeve, is this active listening. And if the listeners joined us last week, they would have had some practice over the past week with the emotional intelligence to practice this active listening. It just is a skill that comes in handy under so many circumstances in our lives. The second thing, importantly, please stay calm. Although this is a conflict situation, verbal or otherwise, I hope not otherwise, I hope verbal at worst for our listeners and for you, but stay calm. You have to stay calm. Keep your emotions in check during the conversation. Remain calm, and that will help de-escalate the situation. It will allow for a more rational discussion, which is what you want, especially if you don't like a conflict situation. You want it to be as calm and as rational as possible, and you must take the lead in that. The third thing, Eon, is empathy. It's hard, but put yourself in the other person's shoes. This, again, is an emotionally intelligent move to make. Put yourself in the other person's shoes, understand their emotions, understand their viewpoints. And this will create a sense of understanding between the two of you or amongst the lot of you, and it will create connection. Where there's understanding, we have connection. And where we have connection, we are less inclined to have our conflicts or differences escalate. So it's really a safety move for yourself to have empathy. Many people don't want to have empathy for somebody else because they think that's you just backing down. It's not. It's a powerful weapon, this having empathy. And then, Eon, again, especially if you don't like being in a conflict situation, find the common ground. Identify shared interests or goals and focus on them. You know, this common ground provides a basis for finding solutions, and that's what you're after, right? Solutions that can benefit both parties, and that you can only find if you find the common ground. Don't lose out of sight and out of mind that you want to find solutions to the conflict. Otherwise, it's really unproductive. As bad as conflict is already, it can be mitigated, all these negative feelings, when one finds a solution, when you find the common ground. But without that, it's awful. And then the last tip that I can give you and the listeners, Eon, is this effective communication. You need to clearly express your thoughts and your feelings clearly, but not aggressively. Be assertive. Stand on your point. Stand there with your point of view, clear and concise. But don't be aggressive or passive aggressive about this. Be careful that you don't use I and me statements. I want to do that. I thought that. I was going. So rather go for me and us. I statements can be very accusatory, and we don't need that. Encourage an open and honest communication from the other party as well. Perhaps you are the emotional adult in the conversation, and you can emotionally take the lead in the conversation by being assertive but not aggressive, and encouraging the other party to follow your example of open and honest communication. And I can almost guarantee you, if you and me and all the listeners, if we follow these steps, if we follow these 5 simple points and implement them, that conflict can be resolved in a very amicable and even, dare I say, productive and sometimes beautiful way, where both parties walk away going, wow, this was actually a helpful moment instead of a destructive moment in our lives.
Wow, I'd love to have an argument with you, Heidi.
I think you and I would laugh if we differ.
Five
we
seconds.
We will diffuse our argument with humor.
Yeah,
we will definitely diffuse our argument. And that's another one, If the moment allows, there's a lot to be said for a little bit of humor in that. Just be careful, because you don't want to insult people.
Yeah, but I do find that sometimes a bit of laughter in a serious moment like that, where an argument, when people get heated, when things get heated, I think it sometimes helps, a bit of a laugh there.
Yes.
I've noticed that. Yeah.
Just to break that tension. Absolutely. Fully agreed.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Heidi. And then, of course, if we have conflict problems or dealing with it, or we need advice, further advice,
yes,
we can, of course, contact you.
Absolutely. I'm certainly able to help. You've got a fabulous new button for me, so I don't even have to give you my phone number today. And I can just say then you can reach me on Facebook at Heidi M Wellness. That's my handle there on Facebook.
Okay, we'll give that a button as well. How's that?
Oh, I'm loving it. You and your buttons.
Yes, loving the buttons.
Thank you, Eon.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you so much. Until next week.
Well.
You too.
Until next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.